Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
Lydia Ko had not had the lead all day long at the ANA Inspiration. To 18, she lays up at the par 5. Her third does this. A tap-in birdie moves Lydia Ko to 12 under, and with problems behind her, it is a second consecutive major champion for the 18-year-old. The youngest two-time major winner, men or women, since young Tom Morris. That was in 1869. And with that, we welcome you into Golf Central. Wow, what a day it has been around the world of golf. Ryan Burr along with Trip Eisenhower, Nicole Castrale. And Nicole, I start with you. Lydia Ko ceases to amaze. 18 years of age. She has now won back-to-back majors.
What she is doing is history. We haven't seen anyone thus far in the women's game, barely even in the men's game, accomplish what she has accomplished. How she played that back nine on Sunday, where it really didn't look like she even had her best game. She made unbelievable par saves at 11 and 13, and that's what you do at a major championship.
Well, and Lydia Ko, her last name has two letters in it that if you look at those initials, it stands for knockout. And she knocked out another major championship. She knocked out another record. This is just phenomenal what we're watching. And the historical perspective of it, go back to 1869 is the last time anybody has done this. Lydia Ko never ceases to amaze me. And just how she comes through time and time again, how calm she is, the demeanor just pays dividends for her in these big tournaments. And, well, this isn't going to be the last time we're going to see Lydia Ko jump into Poppy's pond.
That third shot she hit on 18, she looked just as calm as she would be playing with you or I on a casual round of golf. And that right there is how you win major championships on Sunday.
Well, how about the belief in that short game from 88 yards? Because at the time, Lydia Ko's trailing by one, Ari Jatanyugarn. She lays up on the par 5. She was 230 out. Could have very easily pushed it and tried to go for it. Who knows what happens instead? Complete trust in that short game, hits it to a foot.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. That's what Nicole was talking about. I mean, you look at what she does and how it never changes, the highs and lows. She's very level all the way through. And the situation might have enticed players to try to stretch what they can do or what their capabilities are. She trusted in her ability to hit the wedge close. She was going to make a 4, I thought, either way, but she did it the tough way.
Not necessarily, because that green, she was coming in with 3-wood. She had 230 to the pin. There was no way she was going to stop this 3-wood, so she was automatically going to bail out left into those bleachers. And unless you've been there, you don't realize how quick that pitch chip shot is from that left drop area down to the pin, and where we ended up seeing Charlie Hall make a putt. At best, Lydia may have had a 10 or 15 footer for birdie, and so she did play the percentages, and she's one of the best there is on tour with wedge shots, so she went to her strength.
Let's go big picture here. 18 years of age, so who knows what the next 10, next 20 years holds for one Lydia Ko. But where she's at right now, guys, at 18, what she's accomplished now, back-to-back major championships. When it's all said and done, are we talking about man or a female, arguably maybe the greatest player ever when this career is over?
It's easy to say that right now, looking at the way she's knocking out records. It's the phenomenal thing is, let's see what happens, though, the longevity. She's saying she wants to retire at 30. So, you know, she's sticking to that right now. But it's just so much fun to watch. I just love watching the pressure-packed situations get to other players, and then the great champions like Tiger Woods and Lydia Ko, now we can say, kind of in the same sentence, they rise to the occasion and they execute, and that is so tough to do in those situations.
Well, the thing about Lydia is she's so balanced, and it's hard, especially as a #1 player in the world, to be that balanced off the golf course, on the golf course. She has a life off the golf course. If you follow her on social media, she's definitely not lacking in the fun department. So that's why once she's on the golf course, she's focused 100% about golf, and she does step away from it at times, and she's a kid. I mean, she's a kid. We forget that.
Yeah, great stuff for sure. Let's take a look and show you exactly how it went down. Final round of the first major of the year on the LPGA Tour. On any tour, it is the ANA Inspiration. Lexi Thompson, after an eagle late on Saturday, the 54-hole leader.
All her missed tee shots were headed right. We saw it yesterday on 15. Body stops, club wide open, and it was very difficult to make par from there.
Tough day for Lexi. It's a 73. Meanwhile, it's Ko. Here she is at the 5th.
Well, she's she's got to get things going right here, and to get the party started, well, there's the first birdie of the day. She takes the outright lead at 10 under par.
And does it from 25 feet. Meanwhile, Aria Jatanya at 7.
She's holding her own right now. At this point, we really don't see many nerves coming out.
She ties Lydia at 10 under. Meanwhile, Ko, another long birdie putt.
And, you know, we talk about Jordan Spieth and how adept he is at this range or long range. And this is, yeah, there's some luck involved, but there's also some skill. And Lydia Ko's got a ton of skill, and she's got her scorecard to 11 under par.
Cashes in from deep. Meanwhile, Jatanya with a long run from 20.
Not really the best pitch to this point, but still so far we're seeing her calm. And we saw it a few years back that she really had a hard time closing.
She ties Lydia at 11 under. Jatanya for the birdie and the outright lead.
Yeah, well, the pressure's not there yet, Ryan. So the putter's flowing freely, so's the golf swing, and the scorecard, 12 under par.
Lagged a long eagle putt at 11. This for a birdie and a 2-shot lead.
At this point, she was the player to beat on the golf course.
She's in great position through 11. This is 13 now. Lydia Ko, her third.
Yeah, Pull hooked a hybrid over here long left, and this was a very difficult up and down. She hit a great shot, just tough to stop out of the high grass, and that's going to leave a lengthy one for par.
She makes these dead center, too. That's what's amazing. She makes them with authority.
Might be the biggest putt of the day. It keeps her in range. Meanwhile, Jatanya
Yeah, putting for par, and now, yeah, she left a long putt short and then missed that one, and things are starting to get a little tight.
So 3 holes to play. Jatanya a bogey at 16. Ko now at 17.
5 iron to this difficult right hole location. It's so hard to get this close.
She misses right. Would pitch to about 7, and now another knee buckler.
And I don't think anybody watching had any question where this one was going. And right in the bottom of the cup, and Lydia Ko's looking like she's taking command of this tournament.
Meanwhile, Jatanya a bogey at 16. Here she is at the par 3 17th, and this is a horrific miss.
Well, usually when you have one-arm finishes, you know that's not a good sign. The wheels are coming off, and you just have to wonder if she's starting to think about that loss back in 2013.
And there's her putt for par after the bunker shot runs through the fringe, and yeah, she's looking very nervous at the moment.
Meanwhile, Charlie Hall kind of coming from nowhere. Here she is for birdie at 18 to get to 11 and post.
This player is so long off the tee. She went for it in 2, and she is a player that we will see lots of on the LPGA.
Lydia, the third we talked about, laying up to 88, her favorite distance.
Now, and get used to watching this, folks, because you're going to see a lot of this. Repeat of this shot, because that was the shot of the tournament. Beautifully done by Lydia Ko.
But Jatanya with her length, you got to believe she's going to get there in 2 until she does this.
Snap hooks this tee shot way left, and the driver is where she has struggled the past year. She's had a really hard time getting it in the fairway, and on Sunday of a major, that's when your weaknesses are exposed.
Ko makes the birdie, and the unimaginable happens. Jatanya bogey at 16, 17, and 18. Ko with a birdie at 18, and the 18-year-old Lydia Ko has done it again. Back-to-back major championships for the 18-year-old. It is Hall and Chun that come in second, one back at 11. Jatanya a 3-shot lead to a 2-shot loss, a 5-shot swing down the stretch, and your 54-hole leader Lexi Thompson settles for a 5th-place finish. Take a look exactly what Lydia Ko accomplishes is well, it just you need a couple pages really to really get everything out there, but 12 wins in 72 starts, and now back-to-back majors, and you wonder when it's going to stop. A couple years ago we saw with MB Park start to pile consecutive majors up. How many in a row can Ko take it?
Well, yeah, she could. Obviously, she's the only player who can win the Grand Slam this year on the LPGA Tour, but another leg of the career Grand Slam in her resume.
And she's 18. So once again, Lydia Ko wins. Much more on the winner of the first major of the year, the ANA Inspiration. When we return on Golf Central, we turn our attention from Lydia Ko to the Shell Houston Open final event before Masters Week is officially underway. Some huge names to the top of the leaderboard, but a player that no one suspected ultimately that holds the trophy. And it's one of the great days in golf. The Drive, Chip and Putt National Finals once again not disappointing at Augusta National. All that and much more as we're live after this.
Golf Central is brought to you by
Titleist, the #1 ball at the Shell Houston Open. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. Bushnell Golf and the Tour X. Slope technology when you want it, tournament legal when you need it.